Some stories leave us questioning what we think we know about strength, power, and fate. Imagine an army so vast that it seemed like nothing could stand against it. 185,000 soldiers, marching with a confidence that no one could challenge them. And yet, in one night, without a single battle, this mighty force was silenced. What could have caused such an astonishing turn of events? This isn't just a story of war. It's a story of faith, intervention, and a miracle beyond human understanding. If you've ever faced something that felt impossible, this story will show you that sometimes there's a hand working in ways we can't see. What happened to that army? And how does one angel change the course of history? Let's uncover the mystery behind one of the Bible's most powerful moments. Imagine a city on the brink of destruction, where every street seems to breathe fear, and every home holds a silent plea for help. Jerusalem was just like this, with a massive army ready to invade. But Hezekiah, the king, knew a force greater than any sword or military strength. When 185,000 Assyrian soldiers marched with conquest in their eyes, Hezekiah didn't succumb to terror. He knew that with God's hand over Jerusalem, no army, no matter its size, could ever overpower divine intervention. While many kings might surrender to the overwhelming sight of such a force, Hezekiah stood firm. His trust wasn't in military strategy or alliances, but in his faith in God's power. It's a powerful reminder that in our lives, we all face moments where challenges seem insurmountable, like an approaching army. Just as Hezekiah did, we too can choose to rely on something greater than the visible threats before us. That night, Hezekiah's faith became the foundation of Jerusalem's defense. In a world that often tells us to rely on our strength alone, his example teaches a profound lesson. There are battles where we need only to trust, and the impossible becomes possible. When everything seems lost, there's a strength we can call upon that goes beyond human capacity. The Assyrian army, led by Sennacherib, approached Jerusalem with a fierce and unwavering confidence. They were certain of their victory, as their reputation preceded them, a force that had conquered countless lands and cities before. To them, Jerusalem was just another conquest, an obstacle to crush under their power. The soldiers were prepared, equipped with the finest weaponry, and marched with an unstoppable determination, ready to show no mercy. Sennacherib's boldness was rooted in his belief that no kingdom could withstand his might. With thousands of soldiers behind him, he looked at Jerusalem as nothing more than a fragile city standing in the way. For the Assyrians, this battle was a display of dominance, a chance to once again prove that no one could resist their rule. Imagine the scene, an army so vast and fearsome that their presence alone seemed to drain hope from the air. Yet, as powerful as the Assyrian forces were, there was an unseen factor they hadn't accounted for. In their arrogance, they overlooked the possibility of divine intervention, a power far beyond their comprehension. It's a reminder that sometimes, even the strongest plans are vulnerable to forces outside our control. Sennacherib may have prepared for a physical battle, but he was unprepared for the spiritual realm that was about to alter the course of history. In the stillness of the night, while the Assyrian soldiers lay asleep, an unexpected visitor entered their camp. It wasn't an army or a warrior. It was an angel, sent by God with a mission that would change everything. In a single night, without the clash of swords or the chaos of battle, the angel brought down the entire Assyrian army. There was no struggle, no sound, only a silence that marked the end of what seemed like an unbeatable force. This act of divine power defied all human logic. How could a massive army fall without a single fight? It's a testament to the strength that lies beyond human understanding, a force capable of doing what no man could achieve. The Assyrians had come with the intention of crushing Jerusalem, yet in one silent act, their fate was sealed. For those who have ever felt outnumbered or overpowered, this moment shows that there is help beyond what we can see or imagine. By morning, the once mighty Assyrian camp lay silent and still, a powerful reminder of God's intervention. Imagine waking up to find that what seemed like an insurmountable problem had vanished overnight. This story encourages us to have faith, especially when circumstances feel overwhelming. Sometimes, all it takes is a silent miracle in the darkness to turn our greatest fears into peace. As dawn broke over Jerusalem, the city's residents awoke to a sight they could hardly believe. Where there once stood a mighty Assyrian army, now lay a silent, empty field. Every trace of threat had vanished, leaving behind only a sense of awe and relief. The people, who had spent countless nights in fear, now saw firsthand the power of divine intervention, a victory that no sword or shield could achieve. For Sennacherib, the humiliation was profound. This once powerful leader, who had approached Jerusalem with confidence and arrogance, was forced to retreat, defeated not by men but by an unseen hand. His return to Assyria was not as a conquering hero, but as a humbled king, reminded that there are forces beyond even the mightiest armies. This reversal of fate serves as a powerful reminder that pride and strength alone are no match for the will of God. For the people of Jerusalem, the morning brought more than just safety. It brought a renewed faith in the protection and presence of God. In times when we face our own armies of challenges, this story reminds us that victories can come in ways we least expect. Sometimes the battles that seem insurmountable fall, not through our own efforts, but through a power that transcends human limitations. So, after witnessing such a powerful display of divine intervention, it begs the question, what battles in our own lives might we need to let go of, trusting in a strength greater than ours? We often try to solve every problem with our own hands, forgetting that some struggles are beyond human strength. What if the greatest solution to our hardest challenges is simply to believe and surrender? Let this story be a reminder that faith has the power to shift even the heaviest of circumstances. And if you're ready to explore more stories like this and deepen your understanding, don't miss out. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There's so much more to uncover.